There's a big developing story that can result in the price of gold, silver, platinum, all the precious metals being repriced at much, much higher levels. Now, nobody's talking about this story because it doesn't have to do directly with the United States of America, but it's a huge story and it's bad news for the Western countries who have held a chokehold over the price of precious metals for nearly a century. Russia is proposing a new world standard for the pricing of precious metals. It would be centered in Moscow. It would be called the Moscow World Standard. It's big news, guys, because it's them. It's the East. It's China, Russia, the BRICS countries, Brazil, India, South Africa, even some South American countries are expressing an interest in this. They produce all the gold, they produce all the silver, and they're fed up with the price manipulation. They want their money to be backed partially by real assets, things like precious metals, and they want the price of the metals to reflect the true market dynamics, which would be much, much higher prices for gold, silver, and platinum. I want to dig into this some more. Let's get started right now. Thank you for making the decision to join me in Ron's basement. You're important and you are always welcome here. If you like my video, please give it a thumbs up, consider subscribing, turn on the bell notifications. You can share this video with anyone you like, and don't forget, leave a comment below so we can all learn from you. And I understand this stuff can seem a little confusing, but it's really not. I'm going to simplify it for you the best I can. It's important to comprehend the idea that in the West, where we have fiat currency, which is backed by nothing, right? Not backed really by anything. Our countries want precious metals prices to be low because if the price of gold goes up too much, or silver, or platinum, or any of the precious metals, it makes the underlying fiat currency, for instance, in the United States, the US dollar, look bad and lose value. So many people think there's been a concerted effort over the decades to keep the price of gold low, especially after 1971, when President Nixon took the United States off the gold standard temporarily. Now, on the other side of the equation, it's important to realize why the Eastern countries, the BRICS countries, the ones who are proposing this new pricing hub, pricing center for the precious metals, the MWS, the Moscow World Standard, why they want the price of precious metals to be high. Because they're going to be, to a certain degree, backing their currencies with these metals. They produce like 65% of the world's precious metals, and they want their currency to be backed by hard things, by real assets. And as a result, they want the price of those real assets to reflect the true market dynamics, so they get the true value and it's reflected in their currency. And this new standard for the pricing of precious metals dovetails nicely with the other proposal from the Eastern countries to start their own reserve currency, a BRICS world currency. And they'll have it in conjunction with this new standard for the pricing of precious metals. And the Russians have already fixed the price of gold internally in their country at a level of rubles that equates to over $2,400 in US terms. So you know they want the price to be higher. And when they're working in conjunction with like the other 50% of the world population, the BRICS countries, South America, maybe even Saudi Arabia, you know they're going to have some weight on the future price of precious metals, gold, silver, and platinum. And think about this. Think about this for a second. Those countries, those Eastern countries, they encourage their citizens to own precious metals. They find them very important. They want their population to hold them because they know the value. Think about the West. Think about the United States. Hey, people like us, people that own some precious metals are a minority of a minority, right? It is not anything in any way that's encouraged by our government or by just mainstream media, mainstream culture, anything like that. There's a big split going on in the world on many levels right now, and it looks like that split, when you look at it through the prism of what's going on the eastern side of the equation, is going to spell much higher prices for gold, silver, platinum, all the precious metals. At least we know this can't be bad for the price of the precious metals. Or maybe the West will put out an all-out attack on the price of the metals. We don't want that to happen. I think things look more likely to resolve in a positive fashion for the price of gold, silver, and platinum. One thing for sure, I'll be here with you through it all. I appreciate you joining me in Ron's Basement. And until next time, you be well.